Is it a Miguel story?
I'm starting with a cough.
All right, here we are. Good morning.
Hello, y'all.
The Morning Mayhem with Taylor and Mike. It's Thursday.
Mike and Taylor.
I don't know.
Taylor and Mike.
Okay.
Hey.
And there's our new jingle. So that's how we leading into the show from now on, right there.
Yeah.
I like that. I like it. But can we just do Mike and Taylor and then go another line, another verse of Mike and Taylor? Mike and Taylor. Mike and Taylor.
Oh. I thought you meant Mike and
Mike. I'd really rather it just be Mike. You know?
Mike with the mic on the morning man.
Yeah, Mike with the mic. This is the mic right there. It's this long extension here on it, just so I can bump it 3 or 4 times this morning. Sorry. I'm really
Oh, my
coordinated.
goodness. Watch your eyebrows, Mike. Watch your
I
eyebrows.
know,
in this
exactly.
place.
I'm okay.
You know,
I get my patch on my
need-
pirate patch again. You remember we talked about that?
I need some of your eyebrows, honestly, because I drew mine on this morning. One of them was darker than the other one. I went to add to the other one. This one's way dark. Now they're both really, really dark. But you still can't see them on the screen. So
Well,
I don't know
then,
what's going on?
as the law would say, the point is moot. You know, there's really no worry about it if you can't see it.
I know.
You
Eyebrows
know.
really frame your face, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you first meet someone and you fall in love, you're kind of willing to let them kind of do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So my wife was like,
overlook
you
some
know, has
things."
anyone ever, well, she wasn't my wife at the time. She said, has anyone ever, I call it plucked my eyebrows? And I said, no, I don't think so. You know, I hadn't been in the salon in a while. But anyway, so I let her, and then she's like, well, I can do these, like this tape, these strips. And I can get it really nice, you know, whatever strips, whatever it is, okay? I'm inexperienced here. So I'm like, okay, go ahead, it's fine.
Do what you want to do.
Oh my gosh, when she ripped that tape off, I thought I was coming out of my clothes. It was like, whoa! And I mean, for 2 days, Taylor, I had these big red marks. It looked like I had misapplied my sunscreen or something, you know, and I had these. I was like, okay, don't ever touch my eyebrows again. So that was
First and
one time.
last.
The first and last, exactly.
Bless it.
What do you call that? The waxing?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't want to think about it.
And I used to get my eyebrows waxed and tinted a lot, where they would like dye them darker, you know.
Yeah.
But I would have to do that. Like I couldn't do anything else after because my skin's so sensitive anyway. It'd be super red, and then the tint would be really dark.
You know, she thought it was real funny.
I bet.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen the video
Look at
of-
you. You have to go to work and look like, you know, the cat got you with cat scratch fever or something, you know.
Have you seen the
I don't
videos
know.
of people
But you
waxing
mentioned
their
eyebrows.
nose?
That's where it goes back. My mind goes to. I'm kind of a little on edge about that. I can
Yeah.
go right back 26 years ago. You know when that happened.
PTSD.
I haven't forgotten. Yes, exactly. That is probably. I'll talk with my daughter and see if that'd be something that she could get credit for. If that could be, you know, recognized as a
Yeah.
as a true disorder.
Maybe.
You know, waxing can be terrifying.
It is, yeah.
Okay, we better go to a break early. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm fine. I'm really fine. Hey, we're here at the
Sorry.
Clanton Tractor Studio,
It
and
is a beautiful day outside.
we want to thank a couple of our sponsors right off the bat here. So let's start with our newest sponsor, is Farmers Furniture.
Woohoo!
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you joining us here. And then Workout Anytime.
Yeah.
So just right down the road.
Work out anytime.
And I hear that
10.
people are in there working out at any time, any hour of the day.
Yeah.
Pretty much. How about that? That's pretty wild. It's a little different from, you know, when we had a gym, had a weight machine in the locker room. That's where we didn't really have a weight program back in my day. Or they did, but it was nothing like it is today.
Yeah.
You know, we know so much more and it's so much more intense. The players are in so much better, stronger shape. But anyway, so we had a weight machine. It had like 5 stations. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a few, what do you call them, dead weights. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? You know, where you just have like dumbbells and stuff. What's going on with you? You said the weather's mild out there. I've got the forecast right here. If you want me to share
we're
it.
expecting some rain. I'm on the fence. I'm about to cough. Do you hear me? My goodness.
On the fence.
I'm on the fence about the rain because I feel like rain's really going to help everyone allergy-wise.
Yes, it will.
I feel better, but I can't get over the sickness, I think, because of the pollen.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I just hate that it's raining this weekend because I have plans.
I hope I don't bore everyone when I talk about walking, but I walk but that light, you can see the pollen. It's just big, thick yellow particles, Just look at your car, it's not, it's not as bad, but it's pretty bad. Well, look, we'll talk about the weather rather in a few minutes when we come back. After
and
these words from our sponsor. What else?
Speaking of night walks, I have to tell you what I saw at my house.
You let me know a little
I didn't see
snippet
it, but I heard it. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I want to hear.
So y'all stick around.
Be right back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
Good morning, good morning. We're back on the air. It's 7:17. Oops.
My goodness, you're jamming over there.
Oops. Well, that's the delay. Okay. I don't know when to take you serious, which I think that the answer there is never, right?
Never.
Brian Kelly said that he has made an executive decision. Apparently.
Well, Brian, we've not seen you in here at all.
Hey, there he is right there.
No, I mean like in here.
Oh,
he should come in.
Oh, I didn't know he came in. Well, that would be cool too.
That would be cool
to meet him. I may actually
needs to
know
come
him and
be
just
on the
don't,
show
don't
sometimes.
remember it. You know, it happens.
Oh,
Especially
now I'm
when
being loud over here.
Hey, I was talking about the weather before we went to the break.
Yes.
And I think it's pretty much like we had anticipated. We talked about yesterday that it would be in the mid to upper 70s today, but it's really going to reach 80.
Yeah.
Yep, a little over 80. And it says a slight increase in humidity, which of course means the rains are coming.
Yeah. I thought it was going to rain yesterday afternoon, and it never did. It was cloudy at my house, though.
Well, it has been getting cloudy. You're exactly right. Saturday we have a 90% chance of rain, and Sunday 40, Monday 30, and it looks like next week we got a good chance of rain pretty much every day. Now that I haven't looked to see how much rain we're going to get or expect to get or hope to get, but I think we have the possibility of some thunderstorms coming in. I was thinking that was Monday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah.
So we could be coming into work Tuesday in the
rain,
in the storms. You know, I'm sure Baden's got a plan for that though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Got the bicycle battery out there ready to.
For sure.
The hamster's working. He said it was a big hamster, but yeah, you know. I told him I looked at it. I looked at Taylor and I said, Baden, that's not a hamster. Hey, speaking of walking and rodents, although I don't know that this is a rodent, we'll have to look it up. I think it's just a mammal.
It eats rodents.
But guess what I saw?
Oh, I thought you were talking about
last night walking.
What?
I see this animal moving in front of me, I don't know, 40, 50 feet in front of me with its back turned to me, even with the light on it. It still was pretty black, pretty dark, and I couldn't really see it very well. Mm-hmm. And then it got under one of the street lights, and it dashed for a culvert. And I had never seen one on our property before. It was a groundhog.
A groundhog.
A groundhog. Wow. Now, I've seen beavers, which have huge compared to the size of a groundhog, or a possum or a raccoon. The beaver's usually quite larger. The one I saw was, and I've heard you don't mess with the beavers because they will, turn. Did you know their teeth grow their whole life?
I know. That's why they chew.
I think that may have been one of your stories before. But how about that? Something new after 25 years. I've seen a lot of different animals, but
okay. What's the difference between a groundhog and a woodchuck?
Well, I think of a woodchuck. Isn't it? I don't know. Maybe I'm getting it mixed up. But it was a good size. You know, it was like a possum size mammal, but it was just a different. I don't know what I
don't know what's so funny.
Do I just look funny?
I guess I don't know.
Is my hair?
Maybe laughing at my eyebrows. I don't know.
My eyebrows. I was just gonna say, are my eyebrows red again? Oh, by the way, y'all, I was talking about that. And I get this snide remark texted to me by my wife. She says something about grown men crying. I'm like, that was not crying. There's no crying in that kind of thing. It was. You know, I was yawning.
Beauty is
That's
pain.
That's what it was.
Mike.
Yes.
Beauty is pain. Oh, Lord, I'm dropping my lipstick over here.
Oh, gosh. But
Brian said he hadn't been feeling good this week.
Oh, Brian, we'll hope you
I'm sorry.
feel a lot better soon, man. We love to have your comments and have you going alongside of us. Yeah, he hasn't mentioned. I think some men don't want to talk about those kind of things.
Yeah,
they think
it's secretive.
It's not masculine enough or something.
Yeah.
I did have my cigarettes rolled up in my t-shirt. So when she was doing it, so I thought that was pretty manly.
Yeah.
I mean that's the way it was back
Did
in
you
my
look
day.
like Crybaby? You just had one singular tear.
What does that mean? Is
You've never seen the movie Crybaby?
That's the boxer, the female boxer? No.
This is Johnny Depp.
Sorry. Oh, boy, that's my favorite actor. Not. I mean, Johnny, I like Johnny in the Chocolate Factory thing. He is really strange. You know? But it's like, I thought it was a perfect part for him. No, I don't. I've not seen it. Why has he got the teardrop?
He's a
Is he always
delinquent.
crying?
And
No way.
No.
He plays in the delinquent. That's a
Oh my goodness.
that's far removed from where he usually, lands. I'm sorry. So he's a delinquent.
We had 2 people in the comments say that a woodchuck and a groundhog are the same thing.
Well, it could be. Well, I call it a groundhog because it reminded me of seeing that thing from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Can you say it? Punxsutawney?
I don't know how you say it. Yeah.
Punxsutawney Phil?
I know that's what Brian said. Did it see its shadow?
I don't know, but it was hilarious. It dashed under this, and I wouldn't even have thought, because it was a small culvert. I wouldn't have thought the thing could have got under there, but buddy,
it squeezed in.
I guess I startled him, because I didn't even know
Poor
what. Like I said, I didn't know what it was.
He probably went back to his family and was like, "You're never gonna believe what I saw on my walk today."
Yeah, exactly. It's this giant. He's walking on 2 legs. But anyway, at least most of the time I do. Sometimes I, get down on all fours just to kind of
Be one with nature.
You took my line from me, Taylor. It's not fair.
I didn't think that's what you were going to say. I don't know what I thought you were about to say, but it wasn't that.
You were right on it. That was exactly what I was going to say.
Let me tell you, I was one with nature after the soccer game. When did I go to the soccer game? Tuesday? Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that was a really good articles that you wrote about the 2 matches, rather.
Thanks. I had a lot of fun.
I got to speak right.
I had some tamales. They were delicious.
Well, I heard that you may have gotten some feedback from some of the listeners or readers, I guess, in this case, about your article, about some of that wasn't a baseball game or something, that you're using the wrong terms, and actually you're using soccer terms exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Perfectly,
Yeah.
about the field is called the
pitch.
The
And
pitch.
Actually, I'm going to throw myself under the bus on this one. Let me just slide under there. I did not know that when I started. And I sent Baden. I don't know how I don't know. I think that he might have changed it from field to pitch. Because when it got posted, it said the pitch. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's not right. I don't know why, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, so the editor
it was
edited.
me. And the editor. That's right.
Yeah, the editor edited.
But now I know that it's a pitch.
I read, I really enjoy AL.com. I don't know if you look at it very often or not, but I guess they have no editors anymore.
Yeah. I know. I see they have a lot of typos and stuff like that.
Well, even if they don't have a typo, they just forget the word.
Oh, no. I do that a lot.
I forget what I was reading, but I was like, well, they meant to put that in front of that or, something. You just have to kind of read into it, So
use your context clues.
Yeah, I guess. But context clues. I didn't know there was such a thing. Is there an app for that too?
Probably so. I don't have it though.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Well, I thought you were saying that because you had experience in that. Well, I've lost my feed. What happened here? I don't know what's happening. Whew, there it is back.
Well, let me tell you about becoming
one
with
without
nature.
this thing.
So we get home Tuesday after the game, and we hear it sounds like a car alarm, like a very faint car alarm whistling. So I was like, "What is that?" And it sounded like it was coming from 2 different areas. Couldn't really tell. And now thinking back, it might have been. But anyway, so of course, me being me, I get on my birding app, the Merlin ID, and find out that it's a Chuck Will's widow.
Oh, man.
Have you ever heard of those?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, they're very similar to the whippoorwillow, but it says it's longer, winged, and more rufous. Rufous?
Where's the word? Ooh, I've never seen that. Rufus?
I've never either, but I was like,
I have a friend of mine.
It looks like
whose
its name
first
would be
name
Rufus.
is Rufus. He may be listening this morning.
Oh, good morning, Rufus. But this is a large night bird with a remarkably big head. So I was becoming one in nature because I'm also loud and have a big noggin. But anyway, so yeah, it was just whistling across the road. And it sounds like when it whistles, it sounds like it's saying Chuck Will's widow.
What does that, if you just looked at this angle right here and you didn't see its head, you might think.
You'd almost think it's like an owl.
Well, that, or it looks like a fish to me.
Oh, yeah, I
Look
can
at
see the
that. Isn't
pattern.
that wild?
It is.
It's like the camouflage or whatever.
Yeah.
The pattern on it.
But so they're nocturnal. It said that they're known as night
Did you
jars.
hear it? Did it whistle? I mean,
Yeah, it kept whistling over and over.
Okay.
And it said, I may even have it on my phone. Let me see.
Oh, I would love to hear it because I would like to know if that's the same thing I hear around our place all the time.
You need this app.
The birding app?
Yeah. Okay, here it is. This is its song.
All right.
Oh, I have my volume turned off.
Yeah, that's hard to
Would be
hear.
helpful.
Okay, that is what I hear around the house.
Really?
Yep. And I believe that is the same bird. That's the only one that I've ever seen a bird where my flashlight will actually, the eyes will reflect back at me.
Yes, that's what it said online. Is that you will you can not.
Oops.
You can't see it.
Wah, wah, wah.
But it's their eyes reflect back orange.
How about that?
Yeah, and it said that they're actually unusual in this area, and that it's probably here for mating.
Well, it's funny you say that because I came out not last night, but the night before, and there was one literally right outside, and I'm behind our garage.
Yeah,
and I was going through the trees, and I was trying to spot it because I knew if I could hit it, and because it makes that sound.
Yeah.
That it would reflect back, and I would say, well, there it is. Well, of course, I know it's there. I don't have to see it.
Yeah.
But I want to see it. And I've never noticed this pattern on it just because I'm always seeing them at night. You know?
Yeah, and but it said.
Does it say where are they migrating?
It didn't really say. It said on the app that they're from the southeast.
Okay.
But that their numbers are declining drastically because of pesticides.
Oh, so that's a bad thing.
Yeah, because they're known as night jars.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because they eat the bugs. They eat some small birds, some small animals too, but mainly bugs. And because of the pesticides and all that, they're kind of getting poisoned, and their numbers have dropped by 50%. Yeah.
Maybe we can figure out what it is that's killing them.
So here's a picture of it.
Which pesticide?
If you can see.
I mean, that looks like.
Ow!
Well, at least it wasn't the Coca-Cola. Well, listen.
Thanks for cutting that off, Baden.
It is 7:30, and we're going to take a break before there's some real property damage done around here.
I'm going to
the morning
fix
mayhem.
my broken tooth.
Taylor and Mike. Be right back.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available, or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com.
With the birding hour here on Morning Mayhem.
Yes, and I had some people in the comments asking what that app was. It's called Merlin Bird ID, Merlin, and it's free. But you can listen, and it saves your life lists and all that. So, really into birding right now, honestly.
How about that? But yeah, I was just telling you during the break that I accidentally spotted one on a fence post one night, and it was like, hey, look at that. That bird's eyes reflect back.
Yeah.
Because I've seen an owl from the side. If you can get one, I mean, I've just seen so many, Taylor. I've just kind of experimented and played around with it. If you can get them kind of from the side, you can kind of see a small reflection. It's not like a deer in the headlights, but I guess it would beat nothing. But I've never spotted one in the wild from the side, I guess, because, I just did that one time.
Yeah.
But that is so cool. What a great story. You let me know about that bird story you wanted to talk about this morning, late yesterday, and I was like, I wonder if, because I had just walked outside my garage, and there was one literally very, very close. It sounded like so.
That is neat.
And it does appear that, according to our listeners and our watchers, that the groundhog and the what did I say? I saw that. What was the other thing you called it?
Woodchuck.
Woodchuck are the same animals, so we'll go with that. We'll go with the consensus. Although I don't know if any of these are official.
Baden, I don't even know. I don't know what he's been on lately, but he's been on a printer kick.
He's on a tear.
And so we have new posters for our bathroom. I think he's wanting to do like a whole collage in the bathroom. So, of this one. Are we showing them all?
Is he scratching his nose, I guess? I mean, I don't know.
He's holding his nose.
Oh, holding his nose. Sorry.
I think so. We have...
Yeah, poor Melissa. having some issues there.
Bailey said, let's see round two, Taylor versus the mic. Leave me alone. We have, what's his name?
Ross.
I was about to say Rob, but that's not right. I don't even know who this one is, but, oh, yes, I do. Why does he have his pants on? I mean, I'm glad he has them on. I don't want to see without pants, but
it appears that he's reading.
That's not how you go to the bathroom.
It appears, Taylor, that he's reading.
This is my favorite one.
Yeah, that's, I'm not sure.
You don't... Nathan said this one was actually taken in our bathroom.
And we're going to be putting these all over town, people. So you'll see them.
All over our bathrooms. If you want to come use Piper Peach bathroom, you can only use 4 squares of toilet paper at a time. But
we have signs up, instructions.
You can bring your own
inside the room there. Should you ever? Oh, that's the one from Friday.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is the funniest man I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know.
Trey, what's his name? Trey? What was it? What was Ice Cube's name in Friday? Craig, that's right, Craig. Craig Trey. I don't know where I get it. It's just too much up here. But his daddy getting on him. Woo, that was some funny stuff. Funny stuff. I don't know though. I've never watched the White Chicks.
It's good. I like it.
Movie.
It's funny.
I know they're the Wayans brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know they're hilarious. They did a show way back in Living Color. I think they were all on it. It was pretty funny. That was one of the first times that that type of humor was made it in the mainstream.
Really?
It was it was hilarious. It was a very popular show. Hey, we've got some more sponsors I want to thank, especially this one coming up because I'm very thirsty. This is our friends at Coca-Cola with the World Cup soccer ball on it. This is really huge. That's in America this year.
Yes, that's that's what I was about to say. So Bailey's doctor that he works for, Dr. Harnett, he's a big soccer guy, and they're going, I think Bailey said, to all of the games.
Hey, I want to talk about that in just a minute about another soccer game, but I got to get a swallow.
You get your swallow.
Sorry, I didn't count. Hey, but it sounds better, Mike. We have 2 cracks.
I know.
Instead of 1. But, speaking of soccer, I mentioned yesterday, I think it was with Chrissy. It wasn't you, but I was talking about the getting back in 96, they had the Olympic soccer up in Birmingham.
I was listening.
Okay, so you were listening. So it was like I was talking to you.
You're talking directly to me, Mike.
But, now there is like a World Cup exhibition, or what do they call those? A friendly, I think. Don't they call the friendlies, which is, I don't even know what that means other than, because they're not friendly to each other.
I have no idea.
But at Jordan-Hare Stadium in June, I think it is, Argentina is going to be playing, I think it's Iceland. So I didn't even know they played soccer in Iceland.
Apparently, I didn't either.
Apparently they do. It's probably indoor. Come on, you got to give me some credit there. Where's the drum roll? We're going to work on that. He can't find it.
He's just pressing buttons over there and nothing happens.
It's not exactly the drum roll, but we'll go with that. But I also want to, okay, we've had enough of it. Thank you, Baden. Wake up. Stay in tune with us. Be ready.
That's all. Yeah.
No.
I have been covering soccer. I still don't know a ton about soccer, but I do know that, well, being at the soccer games I've been to, they're actually pretty cordial. Like, they nip stuff in the bud,
With the yellow cards and the red cards. Yeah,
I don't know if that's a usual thing or...
But I do remember there being some tremendous collisions, where they're going for the ball. You're not supposed to touch it with your hands.
Yeah, of course.
Unless you're the goalie or you're throwing it in. But, and in fact, they'll call it, I don't know if they call it handing or what. I do not know. If someone, reaches out and hits it with their hands, or it looks like they intentionally hit it with their hands. Now, if somebody just kicks it and hits you in the hand, I don't think they necessarily will call anything on you. But anyway, at Auburn, you got that big match coming up. And the reason I know is, as an alumni, I get these emails, besides asking for money, they want you to come buy some tickets and come watch the soccer match.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun. I think they said it was on a Tuesday. So I'll have to see if, I could get it, maybe Piper Peach. I could go over there, take a few photos, maybe get a press pass, get on the field.
Yeah.
Get hit in the head with a soccer ball. Have an accidental header. Dunk. Like this. Ooh, ooh. It was so funny, y'all. A minute ago, I had adjusted the microphone, and during the break, I did this right here, and I was doing something, and it just said, just fell on its own. I'm like, yeah, that's what we want. It's about to do it again, I think.
I don't know. I'm not going to complain, but my lipstick is probably, I almost did it again, embedded into this microphone because it just got me right in the kisser.
Go now. Hey, you saw the story about the Southern Poverty Law Center?
No.
You did not? You know who they are?
It sounds familiar.
Well, they have always held themselves out as, and let's face it, they've been in business for 40, 50 years, so they have different leaders than they had when they started, and that always changes organizations. I mean, that's just the way it works, the way life is. But they have been accused of paying to manufacture racism.
Oh, no.
So that they could get money from their donors.
Oh, gosh.
Do you recall, I think it was in 19 maybe? The incident that occurred up on the University of 2017. The incident occurred on the University of Virginia campus up at Charlottesville, where these so-called white supremacists had a head-on conflict with, non-white supremacists, I guess. Mm-hmm. Well, it turns out, or at least our Department of Justice is accusing the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is based in Montgomery, by the way.
Yeah.
And they're accusing them of paying their rivals to manufacture racism so that they could get donations.
Oh, gosh.
And here's the thing here. They had around $50 million when this thing in Charlottesville happened.
Mm-hmm.
And they had paid all these people to, it's just like the protesters now.
Yeah.
Taylor, a lot of those are paid. It's just like, it's not the 60s legit, when there were people with the Vietnam War, people were genuinely upset about the way that was going. But they were able to milk, if you will, their donors for $133 million shortly after that incident.
Oh, my gosh.
In other words, they took it and they paid off their so-called enemies to stir up things.
Mm-hmm.
So they stirred things up, and they were able to then take that, put it on their website, and say, see, this is the kind of stuff we're fighting. We need your help. We need your money.
Yeah.
And then they collected $133 million.
Oh,
that is just out-and-out fraud. Now, they say, of course, it didn't happen that way. That's not what it was, blah, blah, blah. The Department of Justice has a pretty good conviction rate.
Mm-hmm.
When they accuse somebody of something, it's because they've usually got the goods on them.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see what happens. Of course, it's a bunch of lawyers suing another bunch of lawyers, so it ought to get really interesting.
Yeah.
But I just can't believe that, although I guess nothing surprises me anymore.
I know. It's hard to believe literally anything you see because of social media and just everything is so... Which I don't want to say everything, but a lot of stuff is just so put on.
Tell you, we have to, as a nation, we have to pray for wisdom and discernment.
Yeah.
Because of that very thing you just said.
Yeah.
Because it's just not the same where you had your, local newspaper or your Birmingham News coming in, every day. It's different.
Yeah.
It's constant. I was hearing a lady from Fox News was on the radio yesterday on my way home. And Dana Perino, I think she was in the George W. Bush administration of some sort, and now she's hosts the program on Fox News.
Mm-hmm.
But she was talking about news cycles. News cycles used to be considered 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Meaning that when she gets something, she said, when she gets a story that is date stamped, she has to have, like this one right here, she has to have the time.
Yeah.
That not just the date, but the hour and the minute and when it occurred, because was that just like she used President Trump and the Iran war as an example. Last night, 8 o'clock, he was saying one thing. Well, that was changed at 8 o'clock this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 9 o'clock, it'll be changed again. So they have to know when these things were said as to whether they're still accurate and applicable. But anyway, it's just stunning to me that these lawyers thought they could get away with this and that nobody would talk. That's the whole thing about a conspiracy, Taylor. It's
I know.
There are a lot of them that, go to the grave, so to speak, and you don't ever know about them.
Mm-hmm.
But there are probably just as many that people don't keep secrets very well.
No, not at all.
And they say that they, over this time period, they paid these, quote, they call them informants. I don't know how they could call them informants, but I guess they do. It's not a law enforcement thing, but I think they said they were paying them $3-4 million. Oh
my God!
Over this time period, like this Charlottesville thing. I think I read the number $270,000 they gave this guy to get out there and stir up trouble so that they could raise $80 million. I thought, man, you should have signed a contract, got a percentage of that money.
I'm telling you,
you could have come out a lot richer, and probably would have stayed quieter. You know what I mean? Because he got more money. But I don't know. It's just so sad that people have to do that. Why? I said, I think it was yesterday when this story broke. I said to Chrissy Lee, I think I said something like, why would you go to so much trouble to stir things up when your mission was to make things better?
Yeah.
So they've got to the point where they've made it well enough or improved enough to where they don't raise as much money. Mm-hmm. Well, now all of a sudden they got to manufacture headlines basically so that they can raise money. It's just, I hope they stick them under the jail, as my grandmother used to say. she would say, well, he's in so much trouble, they're going to put him under the jail. I mean, think about how much trouble you have to be in there, Taylor, to go under the jail.
A good bit, I would say.
Good old Grandma Mildred Ellison. What a sweetheart.
Mildred?
We called her Mimi.
Oh, that's sweet.
We did. She lived to be 96.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, she was quite the lady. Well, listen, it is 7:47, and we're getting waved at, so I think it's time to go to a break. So, morning mayhem.
When we come back, speaking of Mildred, I have a quote by Margaret, and she also talks about what you're gonna do with your space. So we'll talk about that when we get back.
Do I hear minimalist?
Maybe so. We'll see.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Morning Mayhem. We're coming at you live from the Client Tractor Studio. Mike and Taylor.
Yep. Hey, we got some sponsors. I need some more sponsors here. I want to talk about Chilton Mobile Home Supply and Central Alabama Wellness. I had already mentioned our friends at Coca-Cola.
Yes.
And enjoying that right now.
So before we went to break, I told you I was going to have a quote for you. First, I want to ask you, though, did y'all do senior quotes whenever you graduated?
Yes, some people did. Yeah.
Did you have one?
I don't remember. I don't think I did.
Oh.
I was the class historian, though.
Wow.
I saw that. I told you I was cleaning out my garage.
Yeah.
Anytime I see something, I'm like, what are these? And I was like, oh, that's where those are. But I found my old graduation stuff.
How cool.
I saw my name on the program.
Yeah.
I have that somewhere. I have that.
What does the historian do? Is that like person that takes notes?
Well, no.
Keeps up with the...
No, that would be like a secretary. Or at least what I would call the secretary of an organization. But I don't know. I just tried to compile some things that happened to our class over, 12 years. A lot of us went to school, together the whole 12 years.
Yeah.
We didn't have a public kindergarten back then. Yep. But anyway, that's what I saw that.
Well,
I was his story. It made me think of this when you were talking about what you're about to talk about.
Yeah. Well, the quote of the day is from Margaret Atwood, and it's, "You're going to die, so how do you fill the space between here and there? It's yours. Seize your space." And I don't know. I thought that was neat. I love a good quote of the day.
Oh, okay. That's okay. There's not really an article with it. It's just or there is an article.
Well,
with
it is kind of an article. It just says that in an interview, she said, "Sooner or later, I hate it to break it to you, you're going to die. How are you going to fill the space between here and there? It's yours. Seize your space. Life is temporary, and the time between your birth and death is limited, but it's entirely yours to shape."
Yep.
So it's not about minimalism. Space. You were thinking a different type of space.
I heard. Yeah, that's exactly right. I was.
But it kind of goes hand in hand, too.
It does.
Yeah.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
Making meaningful choices and not letting life pass without intention. Embrace responsibility for your own journey, Mike.
I've heard people talk about at different celebration of lives and funerals and such, and they mention the dash.
Yeah.
You've heard that the people talk about the dash. You're born this date, and then there's a dash.
Yep.
And then there's the end date. Well, what happened
is your
in that
dash?
dash? And and it just kind of helps you hopefully keep things in perspective and realize that we're not gonna be here forever. And
no.
I mean, I know that my identification says that I'm 65 years old, but I was looking at it and go, how'd that happen?
I know.
It goes by so fast. I guess we probably, I don't know if they were all guilty of this, but I know, and guilty may be the wrong word to use, Taylor, but I recall being younger and going, boy, I just can't wait till I'm 18 or 19 and I'm out of school,
Always
of course,
waiting
then
for that next thing.
Yeah, then I went to college, after that, boy, I get out of college and, oh man, I can't wait to get a job and go to work. And then once you start that and you have family and everything, it just accelerates, I think.
Yeah.
It just, and now you go, wow, here I am. And like the quote is, you're gonna die. So I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to try to figure out, how do I handle that? What am I gonna go hide in the corner and go, oh, not today, please, not today. But the truth is that it does happen, and you better enjoy your time while you're here, because it's the only shot you get on this earth. But I don't know. I like to think that we are supposed to make a difference, in our worlds, and there's lots of ways to make a difference. It doesn't have to be something outstanding, with a big light shining on you or something. It can be just simple acts of kindness.
Yeah, just in your everyday life.
Exactly, and I take great pride and pleasure, I guess, in those types of moments, because I'm not going to be unlikely to be inventing, some new type of wheel, where I become, world famous. Although I'm still working on those TikTok videos.
Oh yeah, you're doing a good job on those though. It's so hard because social media will suck you in and make you think. That's what I was talking about earlier on my social media in the week. Like I don't know what made me won't get on there and talk about this, but I've been in the past trying to make YouTube videos and share outfit of the days, which I like doing the outfit of the days or whatever. But it's I'm trying to share what I'm doing with other people and missing out on actual everyday life. And it's the last 4 years, especially since I've had Decent, I'm so busy trying to share what we're doing with other people that I don't even know on social media, that I'm missing actually enjoying what I'm doing. Does that make sense?
Almost like you feel like you have to do it.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
And it's I don't even have a big following. Why am I missing out and actually enjoying life to show other people what I'm doing?
Well, obviously I don't have all the answers, and I don't know if I have any of the answers, but I'll say this: back when I was growing, when I was your age, a little younger perhaps, when I first got married and had our little son, we got a VHS camera.
Yeah.
It's giant. I mean, it was massive. Compared to this camera, it's much larger. And everybody, I say everybody, people certainly my age know exactly what I'm talking about, and carrying that thing and lugging that thing around and recording stuff. But it never fails that when you do have those moments where you're around friends and family, and you talk about stuff, you say, "Hey, y'all want to see our trip to Yellowstone, or whatever," and you whip that tape out, which is the way it used to be, and you slide it into the machine and turn it on. You just sit there, and it just brings such joy and laughter, even to people, who are just your friends. You know what I mean? They enjoy it because they know you and they laugh, and so I think there's some of that. I mean, it's just different format, obviously, and you do it more often than you would if you just did it on a trip, where you're going to record a special event, not just life in general. But I enjoy, keeping up with you. That's the thing about forums like Facebook and I guess, or whatever. At least that's what I'm figuring out. Is the idea that I have been able to reconnect with a lot of people that I've known in the past, and it is usually a very good thing.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't beat myself up, Taylor, if I was you.
Find a happy medium.
We could write Dear Abby, or something, and see what she had to say about it. But I would suspect that she would say something like, "Hey, you are living your life, and so don't look at it necessarily as wasting time, because you're just creating your personal history."
Yeah.
And a lot of people do it without the media, without Facebook or whatever, whatever you use. So I wouldn't spend too much time worried about it. Personally, I just go on and have it. You're gonna die, Taylor.
I know.
Enjoy your life, and if that's how you enjoy your life, then go for it. And like I said, I know you say you don't have a lot of following, but I bet you have more people looking at it than you realize.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because I don't know that it counts.
I don't know.
Views or stuff like that, does it? All of it?
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I've been taken away from decent trying to make everything and make sure that I'm capturing everything for other people. Make sense?
Yes, I do.
I was like, I don't want to do that.
I do understand.
Well,
I don't know what the answer is, of course, but I can tell you it's a lot of fun to watch those kinds of things and see things that people post. Like a friend of mine, Jerry Wayne Bolton, he was he's one of our listeners and watchers, viewers. He was cooking ribs yesterday, and I had never really followed him or paid a whole lot of attention. Just like mine, I don't hardly post anything. I guess I could, but he was cooking some ribs, and it sure looked good. I didn't get to stick around and see what the end product looked like, but I told him, I said, I like me some ribs. See, that's just it. See, we connect.
Yeah.
And it's just, stuff that we hadn't really hung around each other for 50 years, because we get married and you go this way and I go that way. But that's the beauty of it. You get to come back, and I like the fact that nobody holds it against me that I, haven't been around them, for 50 years. They're just like, hey, I remember you.
Like, you're back.
So,
yay.
Anyway, hey, it is 8 o'clock on the dial on Thursday, and this is the Morning Mayhem, but we're going to be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984.
Hello, y'all. Welcome back.
I was wondering if my shirt, how it looks on the screen, because this shirt, a lot of times, I've seen it when somebody took a picture or something, it kind of gets a little wonky.
Oh, yeah. No,
And
I think
the
it looks
lines
good.
start running together.
I think it looks good.
I debated.
I was afraid that mine was going to be, because, since
I just
we have to be
realized we kind of
careful.
wearing like almost the same color.
Oh.
You've got the dots, I've got the stripes.
Oh,
Obviously-
yin and yang over here.
Obviously, the stripes are better. We know that.
Obviously so.
I mean, you said you like to do fashion of the day or something. You called it
Outfit of the day.
outfit of the day. That's it. That's right. Well, we're here on the Morning Mayhem here in the Clanton Tractor Studio.
That's right.
I wanted to talk about the Chilton Chamber of Commerce, Larry Puckett Chevrolet, and Putter Up, some of our sponsors.
Yes.
What's going on at Putter Up? They got something going on this month.
They have the swing into spring.
Swing into spring.
Yep. All you can put Monday through Thursday for $10. So weekday
That sounds so funny. Almost
unlimited
like all you can
holes
eat, huh? But all you can put for $10.
from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. spring into April.
You know, Taylor, when I was a kid, I had a lemonade stand.
Really?
I did. And my mother helped me do it, and we used fresh lemons and, sugar, I guess. I don't know if there's anything special about the sugar. But we had the sugar, and so I would make a pitcher, but I was even thinking about, being a salesman back then, and trying to sell ideas. And it was like I was trying to sell this idea on have people watch me make it fresh.
Yeah.
Got the lemons out and the sugar, and I'm mixing it, and I'm doing all this, and I had this big sign. My dad helped me. He was a real marketing genius, and it says, lemonade, all you can drink for a dime, for 10 cents. That's what the sign said, all you could drink. And bless you.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Just snuck up on me.
So I can remember some people came up. It was a gentleman that I did not know a man came up, and he said, tell me about this lemonade. And I told him, I said, man, I'm using fresh lemons. I've got warm water, to dissolve the sugar, and then I mix the cold water in with the lemons, and I said, and then when you turn it up, I said, I put extra sugar in it after you buy it, so that when you turn it up, it starts swirling, and it comes down as you're drinking it, and you're getting extra sugar. I mean, it is so good. And he said, and that sign says, all I can drink for a dime. I said, yes, sir, that's correct. That's exactly right. So I remember that he said, okay, I'll have a glass. And it was a dime, it was 60 years, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, 55. So I poured him some and he drank it and he said, man, that was good. And he said, I think I'll have another glass. I said, great. I said, well, that'll be another dime.
Oh, no.
And he's like, well, wait a minute. The sign says all you can drink for a dime. And I said, well, you had a glass, didn't you? He said, yeah. And I said, well, that's all you can drink for a dime. So then, that was a short-lived. That didn't go very well with the general public.
I bet.
They thought I was being deceptive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I decided I'd do something else. I started selling boiled peanuts.
Wow.
All you can eat for a dime.
Oh, my goodness.
That didn't last long either.
Aw.
Well, anyway, go ahead.
I've had a lot of business ventures too, and it just kind of fizzled out.
I never thought it was a business venture, but I guess it was.
Yeah, it was. Well, Putter Up, they're not playing. You can put all you can put for $10.
Exactly.
So, or at least until 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday.
And for this month.
For this month.
It's what, the 23rd? So
it is. So you've got about a week
or so.
left.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And then Larry Puckett, you mentioned them. They have the largest, I don't want to say this wrong. What is it they have? What do they have?
Largest lot?
Used cars.
Used car lot?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Largest used car selection.
Selection. I'm sorry. I would say lot.
That's right.
Just car lots, what I always refer to.
Yeah,
where you about the car at the car lot.
Did you ever go, this may just be a my family thing, after the car lots would close and look at cars?
Oh, yeah.
I loved doing that.
We did. I don't know why, but my dad liked to go to Montgomery to buy his cars.
Really?
I mean, we bought a couple around Clanton.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, but we almost always ended up in Montgomery. And downtown Montgomery's changed so much that these car lots that we used to go to are not there anymore.
Yeah.
But I can go to this corner and say, where that building is, that used to be, that's where Daddy bought his MG.
Yeah.
MGA, I think it was. So.
But that used to be one of my favorite things. We would go to Stokes and McKinnon and the Ford place, and just,
they leave it open so you can ride through there and look.
Yeah.
And yes, you can walk through. And
yeah, was so much fun.
They know people do that. They got the cameras.
Yeah.
There she is. That's the one she's focused on.
But yeah, Larry Puckett, they have the largest selection of used vehicles. And then the Chilton Chamber, they always keep us up to date with what's going on in the community.
We just had them on yesterday.
Yep, I did see
talking
that.
about the Peach Jam.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't believe it's already almost Peach Jam time.
Almost 200 vendors. They'll tell how many artists.
Yeah.
And they have to do it 2 days.
I know.
And Friday night, she said, was Rachel Martin said that was their gospel night.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is.
But 25,000
It's a very
people.
fun event.
I don't know what they do with them. What do they?
I don't know.
Like somebody said, or somebody yesterday, or maybe I think it was Chrissy said, where does everybody park?
I'm telling you, I don't know.
It's like
but
in the county.
Coming up, so today is Special Olympics going on out at the city park. The library is having their movie night tonight. I saw where, I want to say it was a PG-13 movie tonight. So it's not a family movie, but it is like a little rom-com type movie. So if you're into romantic comedy, go check it out. The first annual Songwriters Arts and Crafts, they were here yesterday talking.
They were.
That's coming up on the 2nd, and that's going to be at Dixie Hideaway. So
Dixie Hideaway down. He said it wasn't far from Beth Salem Baptist Church, which made perfect sense to me. I knew I'd seen the sign before. I just couldn't remember where I'd seen it.
Yep.
Off County Road 24.
And then starting in May, Mondays in May, they're going to have the Farmers Market again at Corner Park. And that's going to be from 5 to 7 on Mondays.
We talked about that yesterday, about the hours were 5 to 7 p.m.
p.m., yes.
I thought, and Chrissy said, well, people getting off work, which is true. But I just thought, I always think of farmer stuff. You got to start at 6 o'clock in the morning, You're going to miss something.
But speaking of Corner Park, there's going to be a back-to-school bash on July the 18th. So it's a little ways out. But it's hosted by Living Free and Surrendered Ministries. They're giving out backpacks, shoes, school supplies. And I think, did y'all talk about that with the chamber yesterday?
We did not.
I know the chamber's working with them on this. So we'll give more information on that a little closer to date, but that's coming up for the summer. So
about that, that's huge. I'm sure there were things going on a lot when I was in school that I didn't know about, but I don't remember these kinds of events.
Yeah.
But I think it's wonderful because
I think so too.
It's very expensive, and the shoes are the new thing. I've never heard of the shoes being included.
Yeah, me neither.
In the same, I've always heard of the backpack and school supplies, of course, and stuff, and
stuff is
contributed
so
a few things here and there to different like those. They do them sometimes at the schools too.
Yeah,
individual schools like Jimson Elementary. I remember we did some stuff there, and we had the PTA.
Yeah,
that I was a member of for a couple of years, a long time ago.
The Harper Valley PTA.
Harper Valley PTA. Yep. The day my mama. What was that song? How'd that song go? Something gave it to the Harper Valley PTA or something,
Socked it to him.
Boy, sock it to him. Maybe sock it to him. I can't remember, but I want to say Bobby Gentry. That sound right? Or she may have done the Tallahatchie Bridge. Oh, well, never mind.
Harper Valley PTA. I don't remember what her name is.
Yeah, I love those songs, though. She calls out all the hypocrisy of all the PTA members.
She's probably not a fan fave of the PTA, if I had to guess. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's her again. I want to speak.
That'd be me. No, just playing. So there's a re-release that changed Randy Travis's career forever. I love the little... Getting waved the red flag.
Yeah, we get the yellow is not.
But I love
we forgot that this morning.
Music trivia moment. So when we come back, we're going to talk about Randy Travis and what song changed his career forever. So y'all stick around, leave a comment, tell me what song you think it is, and we'll be back after this break.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
8:17, and I have offended Taylor, and I'm so sorry because I was making fun of her generation. I'm sorry. It wasn't meant to be personal. Now she's going to give me this silent. Let's just be silent. Let's see how long we can go. Be quiet. Yes. You got the music go. The elevator music. I feel like, what for? What for, ma'am? Oh. Oh, okay. Gosh. Hey, I got before we go to your story, I got a couple more sponsors I want to talk about real quick. Bama Benefits, Kim Robinson, This and That Vinyl. And I think I've already mentioned Workout Anytime and Farmers Furniture, but we thank each and every one of you guys. Talk about that with also our sponsor,
Marina. It says whether you're buying your first boat, upgrading your current boat, or just need a place to store and enjoy your boat, come out to the arena.
Full service boating.
Yes, they're in Cropwell, Alabama, and they have a boat show coming up.
Yep.
On May 5th. No, that's not true. May 8th.
May 8th.
Through the 11th.
Through the 11th. That's right. That's
so they're on Logan Martin
Thursday
Lake.
through Sunday, I believe. How about that?
Woods Surfside Marina.
Boy, now's the time to be hitting the lake, isn't it? Look at those boats. Those big pontoon boats.
I know. Why am I talking about what we used to do? We used to look at boats when we wouldn't go in and look at boats like you do now at Bass Pro.
You talk about going in at night to look at the car dealership.
Why am I bringing this up to you?
Are you breaking into the boat dealership?
No. My favorite boats used to be the sparkly ones. Why are bass boats so sparkly?
I think to reflect. No, I have no idea. I was just going to make up some crap.
But,
I don't know.
We went to Bass Pro the other day, and they're not as sparkly as they used to be.
I do remember that. That is a great question. I don't know why. I wonder if there's something.
It has to be something
that they've noticed how the fish react underneath it or something. Maybe,
I wonder if they're like chasing.
Maybe it draws them. Maybe the light that reflects off of it or something.
Maybe so.
Maybe is it Dustin Connell? Is that the fisherman from Clanton here? Maybe he's listening, or his daddy is, and can let us know what the answer is. Or some of you guys I know are fishermen. Why are bass boats?
Don't just be Googling it, Bailey.
Oh,
he'll Google it and tell us.
He's so smart.
So smart. No, I'm just kidding. He is pretty smart. He's graduating with his master's in a couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Bailey is?
He is.
Congratulations, sir.
But anyway, so before I went to break, we said that there was a re-release that changed Randy Travis's career forever. What was it that you guessed it was?
I said Digging Up Bones.
Bailey said Forever and Ever, Amen. On the other hand.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
Yep. It became a breakthrough hit after a re-release. The traditional style helped spark a country music revival in the 1980s. And it remains a signature track marking his rise and showcasing persistence.
What a voice. Awards. What a voice that guy has.
I know.
He had some sort of mental issue breakdown.
Yeah.
And obviously he hasn't been the same since then, but it doesn't change, what he accomplished before that.
I know.
And I don't know what happened to him. I'm sorry. I'm just not up on it, but I just remember thinking how sad it was.
I feel like he has a health condition, like, I don't want to say what, because I'm not sure exactly what it is.
I think you're probably right. That contributed to everything. Yeah. But man, what a voice! That is a great song.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it says that the initial response was lukewarm, and after it was re-released, it climbed to the top of the country charts, becoming the #1 hit. His first #1 hit.
Does it mention what year that was?
It was 40 years ago, 1986.
Golly, I knew it had been a while, but I did not know 40 years.
It was originally issued July 1985, so the year before. It was written by Paul Overstreet and Don Smits and only had a minor success.
Well, I know that Overstreet gentleman, he wrote a bunch of songs. So, very successful songwriter. I don't know about the other guy. How about that, Randy? I read something the other day that, he wasn't doing too well.
Yeah.
That was basically what it intimated, he wasn't doing too well. And I hate to hear it, but hey, what is your advice column. I'm gonna chop this thing.
What are you talking about?
I keep bumping.
Oh.
Well, when I go here,
He's having a crash out.
I was like, I'm gonna chop. Yeah, we call it chopperino.
A Judy chop.
Yeah, judo chop. Oh, I broke my hand, I think.
Brian said that Randy had a bad stroke that almost killed him.
There you go, a stroke. And I think that was one of those things where that they realized after he had the mental issue that he had some sort of physical issue.
Yeah.
So.
Did you see where the state grocery tax is being temporarily paused?
I did.
Did y'all talk about that already?
No, we did not.
I saw that too, that we're going to be seeing savings in the grocery store. It's going to be paused from May the 1st to June the 30th. And this is hopefully going to help families with their everyday essentials. It's a short-term tax relief, part of a broader effort to support hardworking Alabamians.
Taylor, does it say anything about how much the tax is now? I forget.
It does not. It has a link, but I didn't click on it.
Right. I remember the big deal about the grocery tax. And then they're like, well, during these temporary times where we've, with the Iran war, how our gas prices have shot up. Mm-hmm. But they're creeping back down. I noticed this morning they were down a dime where I usually shop. And I thought, well, that's good because I've heard of it going down even more than that.
Yeah.
In other places. So hopefully we'll see that soon.
Hopefully so.
I didn't know I don't know if Alabama football fans have seen this yet or not, but I'm sure they have, about their football coach, Kalen DeBoer. Did you see what he did?
No. What'd he do?
He just signed a 7-year contract extension for nearly $85 million.
Oh, my gosh. That's bananas.
To coach feetball, as my mama called it.
Feetball?
Feetball, yeah. He was always making jokes about stuff.
The foosball.
$12.5 million annually. And I don't know if it matters to anybody else, but I think it's interesting to note that he will now make quite a bit more money than Nick Saban ever made in his 17 years and 6 national championships that he won at Alabama.
They've not been doing Saban material.
No, they haven't. Certainly not on that level. And I don't know if it'll ever come back, if anybody will ever come back to that type of level with the NIL money. And I don't know. I was like, how can they keep paying all this money? I know how they do it because there's 100,000 of us who show up on Saturdays and pay $7 for a hot dog, and $7 for a Coke.
Yeah.
For a Coca-Cola,
and that's
as we call it.
Plain hot dog.
Yes, exactly. It's nothing extra on it.
No.
The mustard's over here, sir. Limit 2 packs. No, I'm kidding. They've never done that to me. But how about that? He did say this. I thought it was. I said he said this. I don't know that he said it, but they released his statement.
Yeah.
My family and I would like to thank the Board of Trustees, Chancellor Trent, President Moeller, Director of Athletics Greg Byrne, our athletics administration and football staff, this community, and the U.S. Alabama for their continued support of Alabama football. We're excited about the opportunity to continue our time in Tuscaloosa with this contract extension. I'm sure you are.
Yeah, I would be too.
He's right on the horn with his CPA going, okay, now how do I keep more of this,
That's crazy. That amount of money, I don't know.
He's eager, he says, to bring more champions to Alabama. He's won 20 games.
You better be.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was the comments. And I was this morning as I was driving in. I usually listen to news feed, but it wasn't coming in very clear on my FM radio. So I started listening to sports call-in show, and these guys were talking about, this is great. Alabama's locked him up, but of course, with more money, Taylor, comes more pressure.
Yeah,
more pressure to win. I've got to win, and you got to win now. And, you can't lose these regular season games to Oklahoma like they did last year or the year before, whenever that was.
Yeah.
But how about that? $85 million for 7 years. It's about $12 million every year.
Yeah.
I want a job like that. And then I want to get, if Alabama, let's say next year he goes 4-8, which of course he probably wouldn't, but let's say he did. It would cost Alabama $67 million to buy out his contract in fire him and get another coach. Now, they do all have all those contracts, Taylor. I think you have, I don't know if it's public policy clauses or what do they call them? Personal behavior clauses.
Yeah.
You know, if you clauses rather, if you know, like if he was to act a fool, you know, somebody would say, then he could be terminated for cause. But man, how about that? $80 million.
It's not even feasible.
And I'm sorry, I love football and I love sports, but I've just gotten to where it's all gotten so dang expensive. I don't even want to fool with it anymore. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not worth. I mean, some of these football players. The guy from Alabama, defensive end, really good. Will Anderson just signed a contract, 3 years, $50 million a year, $150 million. I mean, I'm happy for him, and I hope your brother hits it huge soon.
Yeah.
But it's just like, wow.
And it's crazy.
And of course, it's not even, the money's not even really coming from people coming in the stands. The money's coming from television and media.
Yeah.
You know, which of course comes from us. But wow, how about that?
I know.
$80 million.
I talked to Dad about when we used to talk about the NIL and stuff. And I told him, I think I even came on here. I was like, I'm so sorry because baseball NIL and I think Dad said like basketball and football NIL are like two completely different.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Football drives a bus.
Like, yeah. So it's like my knowledge of NIL, yes, students should be paid or student athletes should be paid. That much? No, definitely not.
I know it. It's become a minor league football.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it amounts to.
But we're going to go to break. When we come back, I have 10 amazing day trips in Alabama that are worth the drive.
Oh, I love day trips.
Y'all stick around and we'll be right back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
are back. It's 8:32, and you are tuning in to the Morning Mayhem with Mike and Taylor.
I just hit it again.
So before we went to break, I said that I had a list of 10 amazing Alabama day trips that were worth the drive this year.
Yeah.
So this is going to be for the Birmingham and Huntsville hub, so more close up to North Alabama. Number 1 was the Birmingham Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. I've never been there. Have you been there?
Not been to Birmingham. There's one in Montgomery that I have been to.
Yeah, I've heard that one is really good.
It is really
I haven't been
good.
to it either, but I would like to go. I think it would be a neat little day trip. Moundville Archaeological Park.
You know, it has been a really long time since I've been in Moundville, but I was there as a young man.
Yeah.
Have you ever been there?
I've not. I don't think I've ever been to
It's amazing.
most of these.
And they call it Moundville, but it may not even be in whatever the county that is below. Marengo, maybe? Whatever county's below Tuscaloosa. It's not actually in Moundville. It's north of there quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in the same
I
county.
always thought it was Moundville because it was mounds.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, that's what they call it that. There's the Indian mounds.
Yeah.
And they talk about all the things that were done underneath the mounds. It's really fascinating. It's been a long time since I've been there, but great place to go.
Oak Mountain State Park.
What is it talking about? An hour and 5 minutes? Is that how long it takes to get there?
I think that's how long it takes
From
to get
Birmingham?
there from Birmingham.
Okay,
yes.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Oak Mountain State Park?
Yep. I've never been to Oak Mountain State Park.
Never?
Never.
Now, they have all kind of cool trails, and you want to take decent up there, that would be, I know they'd have a blast up there.
I know they have had some issue with swimming.
Well,
they've had a few drownings up there.
They have, again. I mean, I don't know that they have lifeguards on duty, so you might not want to go
be
swimming.
careful.
Right.
But they do
I
have
thought hiking and stuff, there's all kind of cool stuff. And I played golf up there quite a few times.
Really? They have a golf course there?
They do.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
For the Huntsville hub, oh, no, I think these got a little mixed up because Birmingham Zoo's not in the Huntsville. But Birmingham Zoo is on here.
Birmingham Zoo.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Birmingham Museum of Art.
You mentioned that, Chrissy mentioned that yesterday.
Really?
I have never been there, and she got me kind of stirred me up. I want to go. I want to go.
I haven't been to it. I've been to the Montgomery Museum of Art, but not the Birmingham. The Big Spring International Park, which I believe is in Huntsville. I've not been to it. Red Mountain Park.
Haven't been there.
Haven't been there either. Little River Canyon National Preserve. Have you been there?
I have a couple times.
Is
really
it North
cool
Alabama?
Place. North Alabama's up near Mentone, Fort Payne, up that way. Yep.
Cathedral Caverns State Park.
I think I went there a long time ago, but that's been a while.
Yeah. The U.S. Space and Rocket Center.
I have a great story about what happened on a school field trip.
Really?
We went up there. Yep.
Do tell.
Friend of ours. We're on. I want to say it was 6th grade. I believe we were at Adair.
Mm-hmm.
And I could be wrong, but I hope some of my co-students are listening and can correct me if I'm wrong. But we got up there, and there was like 3 or 4 buses. So it was a bunch of us from the 6th grade. It wasn't just one class. It was several. And we've been wandering around. And, I talk about when I go to a museum, even back then, I'm stopping at the exhibits and reading and figuring out what this is about.
See, that's how I am too. Bailey rushes through.
I know my wife can't stand it. I mean, we've just got an agreement. You just go look at it like you want to, and I'll look at it like I want to, and I'll see it at the exit.
At the end, yeah.
And she says, "I've been waiting you for 10 minutes." I'm like, "Well, I could have been 15."
Yeah.
But anyway, I was just going to say that at these museums, how really cool that they are. But we were in Mentone, and we went down to Little River Canyon, and I got some selfies because it was we went around our anniversary, which is in December, and there was like I don't know. It was like 30 degrees or something, really cold, and she wouldn't go with me, so I just had to take some pics of my own.
Well, what about the Space and Rocket Center?
Well, the story is that we're all up there, we're enjoying ourselves, and it's time to go. Time
You
to
got
go back.
lost.
No, we didn't get lost.
Oh.
So we got on the bus and we started our way back. And I don't remember where we were, but at some point somebody says, "Where's Rusty?"
Oh, no.
Our friend Rusty Parrish was left behind at the Space and Rocket Center. Now this is before cell
Oh, my
phones, so
gosh.
there's no way to, other than have maybe a state trooper run us down and stop and say, "Hey, you left a student."
Yeah.
But somebody figured it out at some point. We weren't too far gone, but still, the fact that we somehow forgot Rusty.
Poor Rusty.
Poor Rusty. I'm not sure he ever got over it. He moved away, and no, I'm kidding.
One time, my mom
he did move away,
throwing
but
her
he was
under the
working.
bus. She left Pico at a Benton Dent in Cooper's.
A what kind of event?
At the Benton Dent.
Oh,
She says that she knew that he was on the bench and she didn't really leave him, but I remember we pulled. This is terrible on my part. He was probably about 3 or 4. He's probably decent age, and we backed out and drove off. And I was like, I was waving at him from the back seat. He was sitting on that bench. I think he'd got in trouble for whining or something.
exactly.
And I was like, Mom, I think she might have asked, like, where's Pico? Or I might have told her, like, your Pico was on the bench. But we drove off, and I was like, bye.
Told you this was gonna happen to you one day. That's what my brother used to always tell me. He was like, "See, I told you."
Yeah.
And when we would get in trouble, he would be like, "Well, you know, I'm a lot older and bigger than you. Daddy spanks me. It won't hurt as bad as it's gonna hurt you." I'm like,
I'm 7, almost 8 years older than Pico. So
"Yeah." Well, my brother's 5 years older than me, so
Yeah.
that's pretty close.
Decent.
So
this
you went
is
back.
not a
So you went back and got Pico, did you?
Yeah, and I don't
I
even
mean,
know
he's still part of
that
the family,
we
so obviously
of
you,
course,
you did go back and get him at some point.
Thank goodness. But we didn't actually ever leave him, but she did. Like, she says that she knew he was there. I don't know. I'm not too convinced.
So you think her judgment could have been a little clouded at that moment? Bless.
But I remember it's the funniest thing. I was just waving at him.
Well, how many of those places have you been to?
I have not been to, gosh,
That many?
one. I've been to the zoo.
The
That's
zoo?
it. Yeah.
Yep. You haven't been to the Space and Rocket Center?
No.
They didn't take you always at some point during your high school days, or
No, never
or-
went.
How about that? I guess they do field trips like that still. I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't seem to hear about it a lot.
Yeah, you really don't.
Like around here, you know, they go to the pumpkin patch
Yeah.
and they'll do something else, you know, where you like, but they don't get on a bus and go to, you know, Oak
No.
Mountain or anything. At least I haven't seen it yet.
No.
They should.
I remember used to Verbena, I think it was for the 3rd grade. You could either go to Disney on Ice or the what is that? The park in Verbena.
Park and
What is it
and
called?
Marina.
In Verbena.
Oh,
What is it?
the Confederate.
Yes.
Park?
I don't know why I
Confederate
couldn't think
Memorial?
of
It's
Confederate.
actually Mountain Creek's a little bit south of.
Yeah.
Virginia.
But you could either go there or to Disney on Ice. And I went to
Technically.
Disney on Ice.
That thing's going on this weekend at.
Yeah, the reenactment.
I might try to see if I can't make that. I think it starts at 9.
Yep.
I remember we had those guys on, or that gentleman on.
I want to say that it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay. I just now thought of that when you mentioned it. I'm glad you mentioned it. I hadn't thought
Yeah.
about it because that'd be a lot of fun.
It would be fun.
But you know, there are all kind of things. I had. Have you ever heard of the book 13 Alabama Ghosts?
Yes.
Okay, that author by the name of Catherine Tucker Wyndham.
Yeah.
She's from Selma, and it's just a great storyteller lady. If you ever want to check her out, go Google her name.
Yeah.
Wyndham, Margaret. What did I say? Something Wyndham.
Catherine.
Catherine Tucker Wyndham.
Yep.
Same. I'm glad you said that. It's not Margaret. Don't look up Margaret Wyndham. But when I was a kid, we would go and we went to a few of these places.
Really?
Where the Alabama ghosts are. And there's one over in Carrollton called The Face in the Courthouse Window.
Yeah, that's the one that I remember reading about, like the most.
And you know, this was a guy who was accused of some murder or something.
Yeah.
And the mob was going to come and lynch him. Basically, he was terrified of it. Of that, and the sheriff had supposedly put him in this, not really an attic, but up on the second floor of this courthouse building in Carrollton, Pickens County. And so the legend is that the lightning struck and seared his face to the window pane. And even when they've changed the window pane, they say that the face still comes back. And then there's one in Demopolis. I can't remember all the specters and ghosts and stuff, But it was just fun to go and chase these kind of things.
Yeah.
And it was not only like in Selma, there's one in Demopolis. And I can't remember. It seemed like we went to another one. But, it was just pile in the car and let's go and just have a great road trip, a day trip. We went with another family, Curtis Baker's family, Chris and Beth, his children went with us, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
Checking out all this stuff, But those are the kind of things I love to do, is to go and
that's fun.
Go check out something different. But like I was talking about Selma and Demopolis, because these are old antebellum homes. That's what is really the cool part, is to get to the antebellum home and see how they lived and everything. We toured this house on a kind of a different subject over in Natchez, Mississippi, one time, called Longwood, I believe. And they were building this house, and in the middle of the beginning of the Civil War, they ran out of money and they had to stop. And the story is that they left all their tools, and it's now become a touring museum.
Yeah.
But it's like 6 stories high. It's
oh my gosh.
Wildest looking thing I've ever seen.
That is wild.
For that era, for that 1800 and something era.
Yeah. I love touring. We went to Bellingrath Gardens out in I don't
Mobile?
know. Yes. I didn't know if it was for sure in Mobile or not.
It is.
And it's so neat touring old houses like that and seeing like what they had back then.
Well, they talked a lot about at the one in Natchez. They talked about how they kept the house cool.
Yeah.
Because in the summertime it's really hot, and cool is a relative term. For if it's 90 inside, it's cooler than 100 outside, right?
That's right.
That's a relative term. Well, look, it's 8:45. We've ignored our leader telling us it was break time, so we're going to take it now. 8:45 here on Morning Mayhem, Piper Pizza Radio. Taylor and Mike will be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you...
Hey, y'all, welcome back.
Welcome back.
You know, I heard that book that you're talking about.
13 Alabama Ghosts?
Yeah, it's satire. It's not real.
Well, I don't know. There was one part of the book that I forgot to mention it was called 13 Alabama Ghosts and Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeffrey was this, I call him Spectre.
Yeah.
But they were like, they took all these pictures in this house, and this being was in all of the pictures, and they named it Jeffrey.
Hmm.
Now, I don't recall. I've got the book, actually, so I have the book at home. I used to have a signed copy from this window, but it got wet and ruined and junk. But my wife had a copy when we got married. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, I don't know if it's true or not, but these are awfully, recollections.
Mm-hmm.
But what she was really famous for, what she really did after she wrote the book, because it really got her a lot of attention. I mean, there was thousands of kids like me who was just fascinated with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Thinking, wow, there's some ghost out there somewhere. But she was a great storyteller.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly mentioned in his one of his comments that she came to the Clanton Elementary School when he was in the second grade and read that book to their class. I thought, how cool was that?
That's cool.
But PBS, I think, the Alabama PBS public television, the APTV, they had a special they did on her, a documentary or whatever you call it. And I don't remember if it was more than one part or not. But it was.
I think you done took your mic out. Brian said he can't hear you.
I don't know if that's something new or what. He says my mic, he can't hear me. We're good. That may have been.
I guess he's
I think
being funny.
He's joking. He may have been turning up the mic like this way, so I don't hit it. But she's a great storyteller. She could tell these stories, and she told about how she had an old friend of hers who was a carpenter make her coffin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she just wanted to be prepared, when that day came, which I think she is deceased, so I guess it came in handy at the time. But she began to, after a couple years goes by, she begins to use it for storage.
Oh my gosh.
And she had these different collections of things that she just said it was just, she liked the way they looked,
Yeah.
She would just start collecting them. And one of them was these electrical, and I'm sorry, I really don't know. But Brian says the microphone's fixed now, so. Yeah, I'm messing with you now. I'm just acting like it wasn't working. But anyway, I thought it was very interesting. I just got the hard red card there, like soccer.
Yeah.
Okay, we've had it. Time for you to go outside, go to the sidelines. But she was just funny because she was like, yeah, well, I had Bernie or whatever carpenter friend was make this for me, and he was talking about it a little bit. He said, well, whatever she wants, I try to do it, help her, make her happy. And they're both pretty old, so they were both kind of dragging around.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of funny because she's like, well, I had this made, and then she says, you want to see it? And the guy says, yeah, sure. So she takes the top off of or opens up the casket, and there's all these stuff in there. She says, yeah, my family's got to clean this out before they can put me in there. I don't know. She was just a fantastic storyteller. And she's telling these stories, Taylor, under these tents. I mean, it looks like 300 people were in there. I mean, they're just all sitting on the edge of their seats, literally, because she tells these mesmerizing stories. And I don't remember the story she told, but I remember the fact that I got her to sign my copy when she was at an arts festival.
Yeah.
She came to tell stories, and I took my copy of her book, and she signed it. And I had it for a long time, and she signed it with this way. She would, Jeffrey, if I remember Jeffrey, I don't think Jeffrey was a person. I think Jeffrey looked like a bird. I think is what I seem to remember.
Yeah.
So she would always draw, or at least on her signature, her autograph, she would draw like Jeffrey, a bird, and then sign it. I don't know.
Cool.
But she's probably just marketing. The whole thing's probably made up.
Probably so.
You said you thought it wasn't true. What makes you think that?
I was just trying to get a rise out of Brian.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Did it work?
No.
No, he didn't take the bite, did he?
He don't listen to
He didn't
anything
take
I
the
said.
bite. Yeah.
He did not. He didn't take the bait.
Hey,
Worm is still underwater.
we were talking a minute ago about Kalen DeBoer and Alabama football contract. Now, I didn't see the amount, but also the same day they re-signed, or whatever they call it, a new contract with their basketball coach, Nate Oates, which he's been very successful since he's been there. But anyway, tonight is the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Yep, and there are several NFL experts, they call themselves, who are predicting where players are going to go in what rounds. And for Alabama, they think that Ty Simpson, the quarterback, is going to go in the first round, number 16 overall, to the New York Jets. Now, that is one of the guys, Simpson, Mel Kiper Jr., who is probably the best well-known, or the most well-known NFL draft expert, says Simpson's going to go 30 overall to the Arizona Cardinals. Mm-hmm. Who knows? But the asterisk about this is that they say that he's going to be a multimillionaire after tonight. But there's a tackle, offensive lineman for the Tide, Caden Proctor. He's going to go in the first round probably to the Kansas City Chiefs or Cleveland Browns. Is what that's
Baden's favorite football team.
Mel Kiper, the Browns.
Yeah,
really. Wonder why?
I don't know.
But
he's always talking about them.
I really do like their uniforms. I love the brown jerseys. I don't know why. Nobody else wears them.
Yeah,
that's kind of different. But there's a guy named Jeremy. Is it Jeremy Bernard? I'm sorry, I'm not a Bama fan. Are you an Alabama fan? Aren't you?
No.
Well, don't you know this? You should know these things. That he's predicted to go in the second round, either the 49ers or the Dolphins. L.T. Overton, 4th round. Tim Keenan, 5th round. Deontay Lawson, 6th round. Parker Brailsford, Justin Jefferson in the 6th round as well.
Yeah.
And then the 7th, Jam Miller, who I've heard of. I think he's a running back. And Damani Jackson in the 7th round. I mean, that is like 12 ball players.
Yeah, that's a lot of them.
I mean, it's just a testament, not only to Coach DeBoer, but still Coach Saban. I think he still gets credit for some of these players. He's been gone a couple years.
Yeah.
So they came there to play for him, but Auburn has only like just a 4 or 5 that might get drafted.
Aw.
But what happens most of these days, Taylor, is that these folks, they get picked up as what they call a free agent.
Yeah.
But they're not drafted. They just sign with an agent and sign with a team. Go play somewhere. So, but that's tonight.
Well, good luck to them all.
They've made it such a spectacle these days that they do it 2 days, 2 nights.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, do you really need 45 more minutes? Just make your selection. Surely you know who you're going to select, or you ought to. I've never watched it, but you talk about the Cleveland Browns. that movie Draft Day with Kevin Costner in it. Have you ever watched that? I've never seen it, but I've always wanted to, but I haven't done it yet.
You should watch it today.
I don't know. I might. I think we're headed out to the courthouse here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll be live or if we'll just record something, but
I don't know.
hopefully we'll have something on either our show or on the station at least later about our visit out there to the new courthouse.
I think we will. Well, what do you think about closing out today with a question for Yappy and Pappy?
I like it.
Let's do it. Okay.
What do you got?
I'm going to read this to you. It's an Ohio man. It's an article, but I want your opinion on it, Pappy, okay?
Wait a minute. I thought I was Yappy. No, you're Yappy and I'm Pappy?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
I'll bring my corn cob pipe tomorrow. That way I won't get confused.
Well, I won't be here tomorrow, so you can be whoever. But Tuesday, bring it.
I'll just come hang out on the porch.
Okay. An Ohio man used a stranger's lucky scratcher to uncover a lottery prize. So, an Ohio man was headed home on his way home on Easter, stopped at the gas station, borrowed somebody's lucky coin, scratch off ticket, won $50,000.
Right.
So, the woman who inspired the man to buy a ticket of his own realized that he'd had a problem. He wasn't even going to buy a ticket. She talked him into buying a ticket, didn't have anything to scratch it with, gave him a coin. How much do you think he gave her of the $50,000 prize?
I would think nothing. Give her a coin back.
Really?
What do you owe her?
He wasn't even going to buy a ticket.
You realize it had nothing to do with it, right?
He wasn't even going to buy a ticket, and then he didn't even have nothing to scratch it off
all right.
with.
He probably gave her
$50,000.
$75.
$100. He gave her a $100 bill. He handed that woman a $100 bill and her coin back and rushed back out to his car to call his wife. The winner said his prize money is going to be used to pay off some bills, help his daughter put a down payment on a car, and take his wife on a vacation to Myrtle Beach.
You know, it's nice to win $50,000, no doubt about it.
So you think?
But you can spend it in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
go ahead. What?
But only $100? Not even $1,000? I think that's greedy.
What would have been fair or just in your
Well, okay.
In Judge Arant's court?
According to Yappy, I think
Yappy, I meant Judge Yappy. That sounds better anyway.
Maybe he didn't have more than $100 because you have to send that in, don't you?
I doubt they give you $50,000 on the spot, but I
gas
don't
station.
know. I've never won.
I think if he had
Never
enough
played.
to give him give her $1,000, he should have gave her $1,000.
That's a lot of money for.
I know, but you weren't even going to buy a ticket. She gave you your ticket. She talked you into buying a ticket.
What if I wasn't going to
gave you
eat
a
lunch,
coin
but you taught me
scratch.
to eat lunch? Do I need to buy you lunch too because you taught me into eating?
Yeah, if you get your meal for free.
That was the best I could come up with.
Well, we're going to do, on our way to the courthouse today, we're going to do some self-discovery because I think you're being a little bit.
I don't like the way you're wadding up that paper. That looks like it could be weaponized very easily.
We're going to do some discovery on the way to the courthouse because you're being a little bit self-centered.
You mean because I wouldn't give anybody more than $100?
Yeah. $100.25.
Exactly. Don't forget that lucky coin. You got to give that coin back.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Anyway.
I don't know what the right answer is, but I think it was nice of him to give her anything.
I think so too, but I think $100 just kind of slapped in the face.
I think 1,000 would be too much. Would you take 500?
I would have bargained. I would have took 500.
There you go. See, that's what you do. You have to negotiate.
Yeah.
Everything's negotiable.
But if you would have handed me 100, I'd be like, you can keep it.
Well, I had some other stories that I didn't get to today, but maybe.
Mom said no, he paid for the ticket. Okay, but still, he wasn't even going to buy the ticket.
So she says nothing?
She said no.
You know, the old
but now I'm
Caddyshack,
the type,
you'll get nothing and like it.
I'm the type, though, that if you're selling me something at a yard sale and you're like, I'll give it to you for $2. And I'm like, thank you. No, here, high five. Like, I don't know. I do myself dirty. Anyway, all right. Well, before y'all think I'm too much of an idiot, we're going to go. We got to get to the courthouse.
It is 9:02, and we have come to the end of our show today. Morning
That's
Mayhem
right.
with Taylor and Mike. We'll be back next week. But we'll be here tomorrow. I think it'll be Chrissy Lee and Dollar Bill.
Yep.
Excellent. They'll
Won't
be on
be
at
us.
7. So, won't be us. That's right.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
Have
We'll
a great
see y'all
Thursday.
later.